So Mika Hakkinen comes good at last in Canada. The Finn's first podium in 8 starts in Montreal. Another 10-point maximum for the world champion.
Everything just went perfect. You know, I won the race. Okay, Michael went off. He made a mistake or whatever happened. But, you know, it's great to finish like this. It's just fabulous for the team. It motivates a lot of people to work harder. It's nice to see our car is reliable, which is important. So let's continue.
Your views on Eddie Irvine?
Yeah, I think we had a good battle into that first corner. He made one manoeuvre to the left to block that part of the circuit, so I went to the outside going into the first corner. I managed to pass him, and he was very fair there. When we go into the second corner, I was on the inside, and I understand he tried to go to the outside to overtake me again, but I think he turned in a little too early because I'm on the inside. I can't disappear. You know, the only way for me to not hit him was to go on the grass, and that's not the racetrack. So ultimately, we both continued, and of course he scored some points, more than I did. But he was lucky to do that. So I think, you know, having given me room at the first corner, and I tried to give him room at the second corner, then we could have avoided an accident.
I got under some dirt coming through the chicane. The two back markers that were in front of me in the pace car, one of them cut right across the curb through all this dirt on the track. I picked it up and understeered wide on it, and DC got a run at me. I took the inside, he took the outside, and he didn't quite make the corner. He stood very, very wide and went off on the outside, and then I just got this tap on the right-hand rear wheel whenever I was taking into the hairpin. So I assumed DC was in there, but I couldn't see him.
I think Eddie was very strong as well, as you saw, and well, certainly after Barcelona it was entertainment, wasn't it? So there's people who complain of Barcelona just need to hold back a bit and wait for races like this.
How do you explain the turnaround? In Spain you were so slow, in here you're so quick.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe because it's a quick circuit. We have the new wind, and we have an old system, mechanically old system. Maybe it's for that. The last few races there was a lot on the steering and the car very nervous on the rear. Now, today there was just some on the steering, but quite good rear end.
Well, John, are you pleased to talk to me now? Yeah, he's all sweaty. Does that mean yes?
Well, I can stop giving you hassle now for meeting you too often. No, I'm very happy for the team especially for the 5 car, my team, my crew, after not finishing the first 5, and then it was unlucky with Rubens at the start. So it's good for the team to get a couple of points.
Worked hard for it. Tell me about the spat with Irvine.
Well, it was different. I knew he was there, and I obviously knew he was a bit quicker, but I was just trying to be quick in the right places. And I think it was a bit naughty what he did because he had no intention of going around the corner. So it would have been better if he'd have done it fairly.
Canada used to be our lucky hunting ground. I think a brake disc or something must have broke. You could just see a puff of brake dust come out of the tyre just in its braking area, which was not a tyre brake. It was a very dusty brake, which is a great shame because he drove fantastic.
You seem to be able, particularly in the latter stage of the races, to really just take it quite easy. Was that the case?
Yeah, just pure talent what I have.
And could this be a pivotal race? Hakkinen leading the championship for the first time in '99. Irvine still third. Fisichella moving up alongside Frentzen in fourth, and Ralf Schumacher improving as well after a good one in the Williams. Ferrari's lead has been cut again in the constructors. It's down to 9 points now. Jordan still third, and Benetton overtaking Williams. Right, then let's have a word with Tony Jardine. Tony, we're all wondering about the start and more mayhem there.
Traditionally, it's such a bottleneck into turn 1, and this one was really dramatic indeed. Just look at this, because Schumacher got away well, but Hakkinen had got into second place, but behind them Trulli had come all the way down the inside. Carbon copy of last year. Wirtz did it. He slid down the inside, nowhere to go, over the grass, picked up Alesi, and look at the wreckage there to that Prost. That is most unfortunate. Alesi at his favourite race, and he gets taken out. And Paul Barrichello got injured as well and limped around and finally retired.
The race was starting perhaps to look a little bit predictable, and all of a sudden, Schumi, bosh, straight into the wall.
That really, for me, is unreal. Just watch this. He was coming through the back markers of the traffic into this turn 14, slap, bang. That's a big hit right into the Quebec signs at the side. He's not very good when he's leading a race. He made a mistake. I know it's dusty and dirty down there, but it has been all weekend. And over the curbs, unbalanced the cars. You know, when he's coming from behind, he's the tiger. He's always hunting his prey. When he's at the front, he lapses into some sort of concentration, and that is a very expensive error for Ferrari at this time of the season. They've lost the lead of the World Championship.
Saw Schumacher bashing his old helmet there. Villeneuve did the same, didn't he, last year? And goodness me, he's done it again.
Yeah, but this is they're in good company. 3 world champions have eaten the concrete and then bitten dust because of it on this circuit. Mansell went off there in 92. Villeneuve went off there in 97. Hill's been off there. Now he's limping a little bit because that was a big crash for Jacques Villeneuve, and he always tries too hard at home. The only good finish he had was in 96 when he was second behind Hill.
Lots of drama in this race, and our man of the race has got to be Eddie Irvine.
Eddie Irvine was sensational, not just because of the working time. Look at this after one of the restarts. The safety car went in 50-50 between Coulthard and Eddie Irvine. Coulthard was trying to snatch that second place after they'd been bunched off after the safety car. Irvine not having any of it. Look at this. Irvine forced up onto the curbs by David. David gets on the inside. Irvine accelerates around the outside and comes back onto him. And both of them managed to regain the track somehow.
Great to see Johnny Herbert back in the points. It's been a long, long while, and he had a dice with Irvine as well.
I think Johnny Herbert is turning the corner. He held off Eddie Irvine for a long time, taking the pressure, but behind him, Eddie Irvine had been taking all that bad air, all the buffeting. The only thing that he could do was to muscle through, as he did, and get past Herbert finally. Man of the match, definitely Eddie Irvine.
Absolutely. Heinz-Harald Frentzen had a nasty crash. He's been taken to hospital. Nothing too serious, you think, just for observation. A big bash for Heinz after a very good race.
Yeah, well, we suspect, and the team suspect, that the brakes failed there for him. He had a second place in Australia. He was heading for second place here. There's Sid Watkins, the professor, the doctor, on the inside holding Heinz-Harald. And you know, it's enormous impact there. Your knees go together, so I would think he's had a bit of a knock.
Damon Hill, like Villeneuve and Schumacher, can only say, I dropped a ricket.
Well, there's a magnet on that wall somewhere, isn't there? And as I say, he's in good company. He's one of the 3 world champions that went off there. And oil flags were out before that, so I think there was a little bit of oil as well as the dust. So Damon's in good company, just a mistake. Yeah.
Very quick final thoughts from you, Tony.
Well, I think this is pivotal. I think, you know, McLaren have now turned the thing around. Ferrari are going to be doing the chasing, and it's Ferrari that have been doing all the leading so far. What a season we're in for.
Thank you, Tony. Here's your rundown. Hakkinen conquers his jinx circuit. Best of the season for Fisichella. Irvine's excellent form continues. Ralf Schumacher scores again for Williams. Johnny Herbert's first point since Australia last year. First finish, first point for Diniz. Coulthard 7th, not what he wanted. Genet and Panis a lap down. Badoa 2 laps adrift. The unlucky Frentzen lost his brakes. He's classified 11th. Zanardi had transmission failure. Takaki's hydraulics went. Villeneuve and Michael Schumacher both crashed out at turn 14. De La Rosa's transmission failed. Hill hit the same advertising hoarding as Villeneuve and Schumacher. Barrichello never recovered from his bump at the first corner. Zonta, another casualty at turn 14. Wirtz broke his drive shaft in that early smash. Alesi, another victim, and he blames Trulli, who also failed to complete a lap. Okay, then next stop, France in a fortnight. Qualifying live from Manicourt, 11:30 on the Saturday morning. Build up to the race from 12:15 on the Sunday. Highlights 11:45 on the Sunday night. Right, Mika Hakkinen has stormed back in Canada, and so has Formula One. High drama and a piece of history as well. Can't be bad. Good night.
Now, Jim Rosenthal presents highlights of today's French Grand Prix.